Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Book Bites. I'm Susie.
I'm Kylie.
This is our mini-series, so it's a little bit different every time.
And this time we're going to do our summer read recommendations, which I love a good summer read, especially camping. Mine are kind of all over the place.
Okay, yeah.
So I did some romance, I did some thriller, regular old fiction.
Okay, I'm going to sound biased because a couple of mine are ones we've done episodes on, but hey, they're good, okay? And if I was a big camper, I would probably read them when I was camping.
Yeah, true. Okay, I'll go first. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so my first one I'm going to recommend is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Abby Jimenez is probably one of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
I really like her stuff. She is a romance author, but her characters have a lot of depth and different character developments, and they have heavy real world issues, which is really nice. So I really like her. So Just for the Summer was one, and then also Part of Your World is another. So they're both a little bit different, but both are kind of summery vibes to me.
Sounds like I need to read them.
Oh, you would love Abby Jimenez.
Okay.
I really think you would.
Have I read any of her books?
No.
Okay.
But I really like her.
But I will soon, she says.
I did just get her new one. So maybe I'll throw that in our recommendations. Anyway.
Okay. Mine was the one we did for your book club, All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Cunningham. That was an excellent book. It's a thriller, a whodunit, is she losing her mind or isn't she? Mm-hmm. That was so great.
And it's also based in North Carolina, I think.
Yeah, somewhere where there's cool Spanish moss on trees and
it is kind of like summertime, but very serious. But it gives like summery vibes for a thriller for sure. My next one. I don't shut up about this. The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Okay. No, because there's someone else that the Raising Heights podcast, Tori. Shout out if you guys watch this. I love you guys. Tori is watching that, and she's obsessed with it. And I don't know if she started the books or not, but she keeps saying, like, people need to watch this. Like, you need... And she's been trying to get me to watch it. I have no excuse for why I haven't.
I am obsessed with The Summer I Turned Pretty. I fucking love it. I love the books. I love the show. I have a t-shirt, and I'm not really a big, like, merch person, but I do have a t-shirt. The Summer I Turned Pretty is definitely YA, but it had me in such, like, a fixation of it. I read all 3 books within, like, a weekend. I was obsessed with it. So, and I'm obsessed with the show, too. And I'm Team Conrad till the day I die. I'll just say that. But that's because I've read the books. If you haven't read the books and you're Team Jeremiah, maybe change your mind. Just a thought. So, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Because it's so good. It's so good.
Magnolia Parks series.
Fair.
If you want something entertaining, messy, I'm new to the book world. I wanted to hate it so bad. I wanted to hate it so much that I was like ruining my good.
You did hate it for a while.
And like, it's getting good, guys. Just get through it. It's so good. I do enjoy it. Okay,
so my next one, I'm gonna say you shouldn't have come here. This is like she's from the city. She takes time off from work, and she goes and stays in this Airbnb on like this farm, and she creates kind of a connection with the owner of the Airbnb, but he becomes kind of obsessive with her, and then he feels like she's hiding things and stuff like that. So good. I love this book. It was so good, and I love the ending. But so like it's kind of summertime feel, but thriller.
I forgot to write the author name down, but another one we've done, Meet the Royals.
Oh, yeah. I almost said that.
That was a really fun one, and it took place in the summer. That was a cute, like, talk about a fucking rom-com. Like, if you just want easy breezy, yes, loved it. Little bit of drama. Yeah, that was great.
And, like, they go boating, and, I really like that book. My next one is going to be Happiness for Beginners by Catherine Senner. This one is, like, she goes on this wilderness retreat, kind of, sort of, and it's after she has been divorced for a year, and she goes on this retreat, and her brother's best friend ends up being on it, And it's much more about like her finding herself and feeling more confident in the things that she does.
No.
But there's also obviously a romantic connection there. But like, I really didn't feel like that was what the story was about. It was more about her like trying these different things. And there's like at one point she wakes up in the meadow and it's like morning and there's all these deer like in the field, and it's really good. And I gave it 5 stars and I loved it. I loved the book. It's definitely much more of like a feel good type book. So
sometimes you need that too.
Yeah, I loved it.
My next recommendation is a book I haven't read, so I don't want to I don't know, but I'm very interested in it. A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Karina Hale.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It's a fantasy book. Like from what I've watched videos on TikTok and stuff, as people said, it's like a gothic dark Little Mermaid. Like,
oh
yeah,
okay.
And I guess it's like a little spicy, and it was getting a lot. I was like,
Susie said, "Spice."
I want to be a part of this world. I want to be where the gothic dark romance is.
That's funny. That sounds good. We should put that on our list. Yeah. Okay, so let me think here. Okay, so my next one is gonna be "The Bones Beneath My Skin" by T.J. Klune. This was my first T.J. Klune book. I loved it. I loved him. It's based in the Pacific Northwest. This guy's like in a cabin, and it kind of has a YA feel to it, but then it's definitely not. Okay. So his parents ended up dying at the cabin. One by choice, one not by choice, if you get my drift here. And so he ends up staying at this cabin, and this man and this little girl come, and the man is trying to protect the little girl. You don't know why, but they're like on the run. And then he ends up helping them escape the government, maybe a little alien situation. Not much of a spoiler. You find that out pretty quickly. Okay. But and then the guy aliens. And then the guy who's trying to protect the little girl and him, I wanted them to get together so bad, and then they did, and I loved it. So it does have a little bit of romance in it, but ate that book up. That was my first ever TJ Klune, and I was obsessed with it. I loved it. I love alien stuff anyway, and I love romance, so best of both worlds there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And it's like cabin, Pacific Northwest. To us, it's like summer.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any other ones?
Nope.
Okay, so I'll just kind of steam run these. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Steamroll?
Speed run.
Speed run.
There we go.
Okay. So I did Every Breath by Nicholas Sparks. This is like classic Nicholas Sparks, tragic.
Will they? Won't they? Running from
Not
their
even
past.
that.
He's a good guy.
He is a great guy.
It's not that simple.
Such a good guy. But it is not that simple, Susie. Okay, so they meet, and she is she's not even divorced yet. But she like broke up with her boyfriend, kinda sorta. And they meet at the beach house, and he's a safari guide, and he has a kid who lives away, and they meet and they fall in love, but then her boyfriend ends up proposing to her secretly, or not secretly, surprisingly.
Oh God.
And it's this whole thing, and it's all very tragic, and they end up like coming back together
the proposal
20
is
years
or
later.
the breakup is?
20, 30, 40 years later. Long time later.
Damn.
And so Nicholas Sparks, this is a real place where there's like a mailbox on the beach, and people will write letters, or they'll put stories in there.
I've heard about those on hiking trails, like the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nicholas Sparks found a envelope of all these letters and drawings and all this stuff, and he ended up finding the guy who put them in there, and it was like a real love story that had happened, and so he wrote the book about it. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Talk about the epitome of no Z.
I read this in one day.
Something I would do.
It was so good, and I know Nicholas Sparks is pretty good, but this was so good. It was so good. I loved it.
Okay.
Anyway, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It's not fair though, and that's all I'll say about it, because of course it's a Nicholas Sparks book, so it wasn't fair, and I'm still upset about it. Next, I have The People We Meet on Vacation, and this is by Emily Henry. 5 stars. Love this. They're making it a movie. It's about friends who go on vacation every year, and it's like for 10 years straight, and it's a boy and a girl. Something happens on their last vacation. Haven't talked in 2 years. And then she convinces him to go on like one last trip together, and yeah. Love. So, Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. This one is cabin in the woods,
but not spooky. But not cabin in the woods.
It is spooky.
Ooh.
So it's based on the movie Cabin at the End of the World, and it's this family, and they go and they stay in this cabin, and this group of people come, and they have like weapons and stuff, and they're like, you need to listen. The world is ending, and essentially like one of you has to die in order to save it, and it's like this whole thing.
Am I being punked? Like, haha, you think I'm stupid and gonna fall for this?
Yeah, it's definitely like, is it real? Is it not?
Oh no.
Kind of like culty, weird vibes.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, it was really good though. Recommend that. And then my last one. You would love this. This is called Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This is pretty popular, but it's this woman who ends up calling off her wedding, and then she goes back to her hotel, or no, she gets a call from her sister or something. I don't remember exactly. I read this years ago. But anyway, her sister ends up leaving her kid for her sister to take care of, and so she ends up taking the girl, and they end up moving to this small town. And there's, the burly guy in the town who she ends up staying at the cabin next door to. And it's like small town feels of like everyone coming together to help her out.
Love that shit.
And then he's, like doesn't want anything to do with her, but then like, gets all these guys together to help fix up her yard.
Oh,
yeah, it's definitely like, Anyway, but then it has like some family drama mixed in with like her sister is kind of a junkie and isn't a great mother, and stole money from her and took off, and
I don't know anything about sisters that abandon you and pretend you never existed.
Hey, that's my last pick.
Don't cut that.
I love that. I gave that 5 stars. That's the one.
I have to read it. That sounds good.
It is smutty. It is
Give me that smut. Give me that smut.
Right after I had Bash, Justin's grandma and I joined a book club together.
And that's what you read?
And it was the choice that was picked. And here I am at book club, and Justin's grandma goes, I could have went with a little less of those sex scenes, and I wanted to die.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But she watches everything. We love Grandma Linda, and she doesn't judge.
You have the coolest grandma. Justin, you have the coolest grandma ever.
Yeah. But I was like, me just had a baby. I'm like, I don't know anything about that.
I'm the Virgin Mary. I know nothing of what they discuss.
So, anywho, it's really good. I've read it twice, so.
Dang.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy the smut, maybe not for you, but
okay.
I gave.
This is a smut safe place. This is a no judging smut zone.
Yeah, but we have variety here. So
yes,
if that,
we are
if
not
not
just a spicy book. We got a little bit of everything.
That's not it. Maybe try the other. Maybe try a thriller. Yeah. Okay.
All in all, pretty good.
Book bites.
Yeah. Enjoy your summer reading.
Yeah. Let us know what you're reading.
Yeah, please. We actually would love to hear about it.
Rex. Give us those recommendations.
And yeah, stay tuned for more episodes. We have some fun stuff for this summer.
Wait,
share,
subscribe,
follow.
Okay, bye.
Bye.